Hello, this is Danny Green. Thanks so much for joining me for the 5th session of the Soul Power Experience. Activate your soul power, live your infinite greatness, be your own hero. This session is called Life as Teacher. And what I help clients do in this session is just to learn from their past experiences. This session was created out of a 3-session package that a female client scheduled with me. She had a very, very important business meeting, but she had a sense of failure because she'd failed in her past, and she really could not afford to fail during this meeting. So I came up with this concept of asking her, what are your prior failures? What did you learn and how did it make you stronger? In the next session, we actually went through that business meeting, and she happened to install Jesus and the Holy Spirit and God around her as she had this business meeting, and she succeeded. And there's more to that story, but I do want to point out to you that what we learn in our life is super, super important. So I wanted to share some of my story to drive this point home about life as teacher. Richard Rohr says that everything belongs. Years ago now, I took a week off of work to just stay home and kind of declutter my house. It was kind of like a staycation before they became popular. I started to clean out my closets, and this is what I found out. Some closets and drawers really needed to be cleaned, and I gave away about 30 bags of things. Other closets were clean enough. I had already worked on them. And other closets I wasn't ready for. And that is so true when you're working on your own personal healing journey, that it feels such a relief to clean out some of these things, to release some of these things. Some you've already worked on and you're doing great, and others might wait till later. That's why the Soul Power Experience is a 6-month program, 12-session program, because I really do want to give my clients time to work on their issues and their understandings, their beliefs, their circumstances. I have 2 PDFs that I want to share with you. And the first one is called the Forming Life Grade. As you can see here, we have the Managed Life, where your main question is, how do I look and feel good? We focus living by a set of principles to feel good and look good to others. And boy, when I had my church job, was I ever just managing from week to week to be the best I could for the children in the congregation that I served. But then we find underneath the surface, we have what's called a wounded life. Things happen that hurt our feelings or that are difficult. And we ask ourselves, how can I get back to feeling and looking good? And that's all we're striving for. We focus on solving the problem and decreasing the pain to get back to the managed life. But what we do in hypnosis is we go deep to the forming life. The question is the pain of this situation giving me the opportunity to find compassion for myself and empathy for others? How is this situation strengthening and empowering me? How can I find deeper healing and transformative truth? So we focus on gaining wisdom and experiencing peace. And that is just so true with the soul power experience. So we need to, face even briefly our wounded life and get into what we can learn from our experiences. The next PDF that's part of this curriculum is called The Journey of Our Formation, and this is based on a book called Wild Man to Wise Man by Richard Rohr. So many people, and I was too, on this heroic journey of building my container of my work, my family, and my home, and being in the culture and with the community, but we always face a crisis of limitation. And this could be a health challenge, just a perspective challenge, a mental challenge, spiritual challenge, any challenge that we're limited by. And then if we don't learn from that experience, we can become embittered. Or if we don't face it and learn from it, we can just continue to build our heroic journey and not learn any lessons in life and become unwise and reactive. Reactive means you're reacting from the past. But what we do in the soul power experience, and I'm sure, and I'd like to invite you in your healing journey, is that we go down, we go into a wisdom journey, and we become wise and encouraging. So those two PDFs are in your the curriculum with the soul power experience, but I just wanted to have a chance to explain both of those to you. Great. So now we can learn from my life lessons. When my mom and dad divorced before I was 1 year old, they did the best they could to take care of me with the tools and the knowledge they had at that time. I did the same with my own children. So I've learned life lessons from that experience with my mom and dad. I did meet my dad when I was 10 years old, and he was in my life until he passed away at the age of 67. But my dad would have been there for me in my childhood if he could have. After I had my 3 children, my mom and I became best friends before she passed away at the age of 67. I realized that everything is for our formation. Now, I became addicted to drama from growing up in chaos. When I learned to take 100% responsibility for my life, no blaming, no excuses, the outward drama in my life stopped. I used to think that life wasn't fair, that people weren't nice to me, and all of that drama stopped when I learned to take 100% responsibility for my life. Then I learned not to project my inner drama onto others and really acknowledge and feel and work through how I'm feeling in every situation. I realized I don't want to feel unhappy. I don't want to feel nervous. So I do everything I can just to acknowledge my feelings and grow, learn from them, and breathe or do whatever I need to do, meditate to get to a place where I'm kind of living a high vibe life. So I would like to acknowledge that my husband of nearly 40 years has really given me a life of love and stability. So I'm very, very grateful for him and the life we have together. And I also have been able to forgive myself for all my feelings as a wife and a mom and a pastor and a friend. I accept that I am doing the best I can with the tools and knowledge that I have. So I accept all the aspects of who I am, both limiting and empowering characteristics. My life is perfect. I use the word perfect a lot, and that's because I accept all the joys and struggles of life. I celebrate my divine soul and deeply value that my soul suffers with me and always with me. And then I'm grateful for my highest good and for the highest good of others, especially you. And I really live my life just literally activating my soul power. I feel my soul, I feel my divinity. I feel so powerful and peaceful and loving. And that's all because I was able to use life as teacher and learn my own lessons. And of course, I've passed some of these lessons on to my clients and those who might be watching these videos to check out my program. So the guided meditation for my clients that I provide for them is based on a Bible verse of 1 Thessalonians 3:16, which says, it talks about being peace, having peace in your life. And so I know that a Bible verse might be not a reference for you in your personal life, but I do, trust that you will accept the truth that you find in that guided meditation. So I'm looking forward to our one-on-one session, Life as Teacher. And to you, I say, namaste. The divine in me celebrates the divine in you. I'll see you soon.